Here we are for round 5 in our Tortured Existence League. We got a terrible hand, so we have to mulligan this one. If we knew we had a forest on top, this might be an okay hand to keep, but we can't keep it. Playing against Jenny Stone. Oops, I hit keep, so I guess we're keeping it. He likes to play blue-black flicker. Well, we got lucky, so it's okay that we got greedy. Opponent likes to play flicker, kind of like repopularize the deck, so that's what I would expect him to be on. So the problem with this hand is it's not even that good, even though we drew exactly what we needed, because we can't actually get a loop going. We don't have any dredge creatures or anything like that, but maybe we'll draw some. Play out this Rager. Okay, that's a good start. This is gonna go get a swamp. We put a stop on our upkeep so that I can round scale back Tribe Elder. That Chittering Rat's not very good against us here. It's going to get just going to put a dead card into our graveyard, so that's okay. I'm going to dredge up the brown scale. Ooh, Spore Frog, nice. Alright. Let's go ahead and play Secure Tribe Elder and Ravenous Rats. Maybe we're getting dazed, he's considering it or something, I don't know. Thinking about what to discard. A Doomblade. Indeed, that card is not very good against us. In our upkeep, I'm going to grab this Spore Frog. If we get lucky, I'll play another Chittering Rats and I can put this other Tortured Existence in our graveyard. Evoked Mulldrifter, not scary at all. It doesn't have the Undying thing, so it's just dead, just a Divination. Ooh, I do not like this attack from our opponent. I would love to get a Phyrexian Rager into my graveyard. Let me get another swamp. Yeah, so this is the type of game that is really good for our deck. Probably more likely that I'm going to want black mana. Alright. So, we just really need to hit a Sanitarium Skeleton and then we'll really be able to run away with this game. Could also use a Crypt Rats, might be nice. Go ahead and grab the Secure Tribe Elder. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, we didn't draw anything. Tribe Elder, Forest. Can't really attack, unfortunately. So, our opponent's actually going to have trouble dealing with us just gaining like 10 life every turn. And that's kind of like the minimum of what we're going to be doing. They can't really attack with any of their ground creatures. Once we hit a second brown scale, we'll be able to gain just tons of life every turn. Okay, let's go ahead and get another swamp. This is why Secure Tribe Elder's in the deck, people. I haven't missed any land drops. Well, I've missed some land drops, but it doesn't matter. Because none of them are gonna matter because we're still at tons of land. Okay, Thorn is okay, but I can't really do it until I have a Spore Frog in play. So let's go ahead and go and get a Spore Frog. I'll play that. I'll play Tribe Elder. This is a little risky because if he plays a Bajuka Bog, we could still lose right here. So I probably maybe shouldn't have played out the Secure Tribe Elder. Maybe a little risky. So if our opponent leaves up Doomblade, I might not cast the Thorn here. I'm going to search out another swamp at the end of the turn. So swamps are more valuable because they can get more, cards out of them, or you can get more Tortured Existence uses. So that's why you want more swamps. Forests are really just for your searching things. Chittering Rats. Sure. I am happy to put this Tortured Existence on top and shuffle it away. Their opponent's Chittering Rats have been just awful. Just really bad. Okay, we drew another brown scale, so that should really help us out a lot here. I'm going to go ahead and gain a bunch of life, and then I'm going to cast the Thorn. I'm going to gain 10 life here, and I'm just going to tap out for the Thorn at the end of it. It's a lot of clicking, but a close game. Can't afford not to gain all the life you can. Alright, let's get the Thorn. So, I'm sure this is going to get countered, but I'm actually not worried about it getting countered. I'm worried about it resolving and then our Spore Frog getting killed. So, I'm still a little worried about a Bojuka Bug. Could really get us here. Chaomancer. Sure what he's getting back. Counterspell. It's fine. Yep. Happy to trade there. So once we hit a Sanitarium Skeleton, we'll pretty much be able to lock this up. Until then, I'm going to have to keep doing this every turn. I'm going to play the Rager here instead of the Thorn. I would actually rather the Rager resolve than the Thorn. I don't really want the Monarch to be in play. I don't want our opponent to be able to get it, so. So you can see why this deck takes so long. You gotta do all this over and over, and the clicks are kind of all over the place. Ooh, I messed it up. I don't get to cast Rager this turn. Well, that's okay. Our opponent was just holding up a counterspell anyway. I want to cast a Sakura Tribe Elder. I guess that seems fine. Do that. You can counter this if they want. We're still really weak to Bojuka Bug, but they only play one, so I don't know. Echoing Decay on my Spore Frog, not a big deal. Waiting for a Chump Block with my Ravenous Rats. It's just not a big deal. Like, if they want to hit me with all this stuff, doesn't do anything. 4 damage is nothing. Let's go ahead and grab a Swamp. Hopefully we hit our Sanitarium Skeleton soon. Sometime before they hit their Bojuka Bug. They are going to be drawing like 7 cards a turn now. Pretty soon. So we probably won't be able to resolve any more spells. I'm not sure. You guys can take your bets. Do you guys think we will resolve a single spell for the rest of the game? The thing is, it often doesn't matter if you resolve any more spells with this deck. That's why it's so awesome. Now that we found this Tusker, go ahead and get a Swamp. So the problem is we're behind on time, so that's something I have to be very careful of. Scale. Okay. Let's go ahead and gain a bunch more life, and then I'll play the Phyrexian Rager for them to counter. until they get 2 Archaeomancers, they can't actually like lock me with counter spells. Once I find a Sanitarium Skeleton, I'll be able to fill my hand. I'll be able to get up to like 7 cards, and I have more lands in play than them, so I'll be able to cast more stuff than them. And they kept trading away their Chittering Rats, so they don't have an option to really rat lock us in any way. Alright, well, I didn't do a very good job of paying attention, so I'm not casting anything this turn into their counterspell. I more want to strain their mana than their cards in hand, because they're gonna have basically unlimited cards in hand, but I want to hit their mana. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Go ahead and always yield to this stuff. It's gonna be happening a lot. Might even happen again right now. Nope. So since I didn't cast anything last turn, that means I get to cast 2 things this turn. And they can only counter 1 thing. Unfortunately, I don't have any Crypt Rats in my graveyard or Sanitarium Skeletons. So I believe I'm going to dredge the Stinkweed Imp this turn, even though it puts us behind on cards compared to our opponent, like way behind. But this would be a good chance for me to resolve the Crypt Rats, if we can find one. We found a Sanitarium Skeleton, but not a Crypt Rats, so it's not great. Not a great scenario, but it's not the worst. Okay, Skeleton back. I don't know what I really want. Maybe I'll get more land, maybe. Go ahead and get back the Crows and Tusker. I do still have some forests in my deck to get out. I guess I would. Okay. Cycling. Get back the ground scale. Still haven't hit a Crypt Rat, so I lost a game the other day because my Crypt Rats were both in my bottom 7 cards, and that may very well happen to us right here as well. Okay, yep, we take it. We're not blocking. Draw a rat. Nope, no rats. Just want to draw some cards. Another turn, I'm going to get back the skeleton. And then I'm going to get back a couple things. I'm going to get back this Grave Scrabbler. I'm going to get back the Tusker. And then I don't really want any of this other stuff, but I'll get back a Spore Frog. I don't really need this Stinkweed in my hand or anything like that. Dispel, not very good against us. Neither is Disfigure, of course. Okay, we finally hit a Crypt Rats. Unfortunately, we've gotten to the point where our opponent can counter our Crypt Rats several times. But we're going to try it anyway. Gonna try to constrain them a little bit, at least. Alright, counter number 1. Go ahead and get it back. Round scale. Until they draw their second Archaeomancer, we aren't really actually locked out of the game at all. Okay, counter number 2. Go ahead and get rid of our Grave Scrabbler. I'll just cast this with Madness. And I'll get back our Brown Scale. I could have resolved the Crypt Rats there, but it wouldn't really matter because they wouldn't really matter because I couldn't actually activate it for enough to do anything. Okay, chittering rats. We'll put the spore frog on top. To be honest, that's kind of useful to us because now we can dredge more. We can dredge another time. Fortunately, in this deck, there's no way for us to get our lands back from our graveyard. We don't have any of that tree. Okay. We're drawing some cards. More land, more mana. I think we spent one too many turns finding our Crypt Rats to win this game. We would have probably won it if we had found it one turn earlier, but we didn't. Let's go ahead and brown scale a couple times. They're going to put two of our cards back on top of our deck probably, but that's alright. Just go ahead and draw that Spore Frog. Okay. Let's see if they have triple counterspell up. We know for sure they have one because they can definitely Ghostly Flicker the Archaeomancer to get back a counterspell. But that's not going to be enough. Like, not even close to enough. Okay, they're just getting back that. They just top decked the counterspell. Okay. That's not a big deal. Because I know they can't counter it this time. And I know they don't have a flicker here. Okay, pop it for 3. Sounds good to me. So, if they play a Bojuka Bog here, which they didn't, I would get back both brown scales. Since they didn't, I'm going to grab a Sanitarium Skeleton. Actually, I would like for them to play more card draw creatures. I want them to get behind us on cards. Okay, now they're really getting behind us on cards. Okay, skeleton, back. I'm not going to dredge, I know I'm drawing a creature. I don't need the life. Let's go ahead and get back the Crypt Rats. So the thing is, we can just burn out our opponent by casting multiple Crypt Rats every turn. And it looks like that's going to be the plan. See what they do here. Disfigure, huh? Yeah, let's just do this for all of it. Ow. So I intend to kill our opponent with damage. This is a questionable play by our opponent, because now they're especially going to mill before us. They're definitely going to deck before we do. And none of their cards do anything. Like, they have no way to deal us 53 damage here. All their spells draw cards. 4 Seagate Oracles in the graveyard. How many Muldrifters do they have left? As long as I just don't dredge anymore. Yeah, I mean, they can Reaping the Graves, but they don't have time to cast any of these creatures. I guess they can try to Ratlock me. Problem with Ratlocking me is it's not fast enough to actually kill me. So that's not really gonna work. So I think I might have put the wrong one on top. No, my skeleton's in the graveyard, okay. It just doesn't matter if they lock me. Okay. Nope. Happy to draw this creature. Go and get my Crypt Rats back. Go ahead and cast my Crypt Rats. Go ahead and do this. 7. Can't rat lock someone with no cards in their hand. So we're gonna win this game both via damage and by milling them. Right now I'm just hoping to get up on clock a little bit. They're kind of spending some time thinking. I'm just chilling here waiting. Not gonna dredge, I don't think. I don't really need to. Shooting rats to target opponent, right? Yep. So you can't target himself with the rats. Can't lock himself. Probably gonna get back reaping the graves, I guess. Sure. None of this matters though. Okay, I'll judge the brown scale because I don't remember what I had on top. Okay, it was a spore frog. Couldn't remember if I still had a card on top from a previous rat. Looks like I did. Okay, I'll get back the crypt rats. Fortunately, I'm one swamp from lethal here. Not that it matters, because our opponent's got an exclude. I'm just going to pass a turn. I can save my important creatures with a sanitarium skeleton from a Bajuka Bog if he finds it. It's kind of looking suspiciously like he doesn't have one. Let's go ahead and get 2 creatures back. So I'm going to grab the Crypt Rats. Well, I'm just going to grab the Crypt Rats. I'm going to put the Crypt Rats on top. And I can pick up the skeleton at the end of the turn. Yep, he's reaping the graves. Thing is, he can't afford to get back Muldrifter. Can't afford to play any of those cards. 2 Muldrifters and a Seagate Oracle. You don't have enough cards left in your deck for that. I'm up a whole minute at this point in time. The problem is our deck is slower than his, so you should definitely be wasting our time, which she is right now. Opponent definitely has no outs other than me playing just heinously poorly. Go ahead and get our couple life from our brown scale. Where's my other brown scale? Okay, I decided to give up. Realized it was hopeless. I can gain 25 life a turn or something, and that was that. Alright, so this is probably the matchup for Fairy Macabre, I suppose. If there ever was one. Definitely a matchup for Duress. So let's see what we want to take out. Possible I want the Gurmag Anglers. The Ravenous Rats are pretty decent too, so I might want those. I'm just not sure what these are for, because they're not a 2-for-1. Like, they never trade with anything in Pauper, basically ever. Unless you're playing against exactly Quarian Ranger. And Liliana Spectre is pretty good too, so I think I definitely want these, and then I'll consider the Fairy Macabres. What do I want to take out? So Thorn is scary again. Thorn is a liability, so I'm going to take that out. We didn't play against Stompy at all. That's where Thorn is super good. They can never beat it. They can never beat Spore Frog on turn 3, Thorn on turn 4. They can't beat it, so... shame we didn't play against that. Fume Spitter's bad too, so we're taking that out for sure. And I'm going to take out some Spore Frogs. Maybe all of them. Yeah, they're kind of bad. Let's go ahead. So... one more cut, if we want it. If I want that last Fairy Macabre. And... you know, I don't know if I want that Fairy Macabre. It's okay. Like, hitting the Reaping the Graves is okay, and hitting Archaeomancer is fine. Yeah, it's probably good. We probably need it here. I don't want to die. I want to die to that stuff. That means we gotta cut one more thing. Could cut a land, we're on the draw. But, like I said, we need a lot of land. Phyrexian Rager was awesome there. Our opponent, I don't think, played very well around our Rager. Kept giving it back to us when we had nothing going on. I'm gonna take the Scrabbler. Just not the kind of value I need. Like, Sanitarium Skeleton is better at that same thing. Alright. This hand is great. We do have to discard, unfortunately. We don't draw anything we can play, but not going to mulligan a hand with two of my best card. Commune, not great. If our opponent Duress is one of these, wouldn't surprise me. A Relic, huh? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play Secure Tribe Elder, I think. I'm going to go ahead and get a Swamp with it later. So if he misses another land, he's just going to probably have to pop this Relic. Really wants to get my Tribe Elder, probably, I guess. Well, I'm not going to like just run my Tortured Existence out there when he can't do anything. Yep, I'll discard my, or I'll exile that. Secure Tribe Elder is very good though. Would have liked to have kept it, but can't always have it all. Alright, gets to edict me, I guess. Eat it. Yep. Possibly I should have played my Commune at some point just to get stuff in my graveyard. Ooh, some good stuff here. I think the Crows and Tusker is the most valuable of these. Go ahead and take that. The Forest, Tortured Existence. So, see if our opponent taps out or not. But I'm perfectly happy to not dredge. I don't really want to commune because commune is what I'm going to do after this relic gets popped at some point. Okay, found his colors. Okay, had to play the Seagate Oracle, so now I can get my value. Let's go ahead and I don't really know how much I need this other Tusker. Let's grab the Cryptorats. Let's grab the Brown Scale. And then let's cycle the Tusker. Yes, I'd like to get a Swamp. I would like to dredge. Okay, gain 2 life. I get the Tusker back. So, this is another reason why Relic is often not that great against us. It does limit what we can do a little bit, but a lot of times we can just have enough stuff in play. I'm actually gonna just cast this 6/5. It's big. It's a big man. It's a big beast. It says right in his card type, right in his creature type, he's a beast. Let's go ahead and play him out. Boom! What we can do about this? I mean, he's gonna Chainer's Edict it, but still. Preordain, okay. Can't have too many of these still in his deck. They're so bad against us, just unreal bad. So he shouldn't have too many. It looks like he has some removal still in his deck. Preordain, he went bottom. Yeah, I missed his land, so he's getting desperate. Oh, he drew another relic. Not getting desperate. Is he gonna be getting desperate when I attack him with a 6/5? Pow! This is why I saved the Commune with the Gods. Because now, yeah, sweet. Now I can do this stuff. And his relic is only good now when he pops it for all of it. Okay, turn it off. Turn off edicts. Of course, we'll get rid of the commune. Pretend we have tilling tree folk. This game's going pretty well. The thing is, we're eating so much of his clock, even if we end up losing this game. It's gonna be tough for him to come back on the time. Okay. He gave up, must have missed another land, so we did it, we got a treasure chest. So I think we played like things kind of played out how I would expect, other than the mono red, like the red deck wins. I think we had two pretty bad draws, and our deck's a little clunky, so it does get bad draws, but I think that was a match we could have probably won. Tron is not winnable, and the blue-red Delver I think is just a little too slow. They try to get a little too much value, and it's not quite as fast as the regular Delver, so they can't quite handle us. The Celebration, I'm going to quick open that chest because a lot of times when I win one chest, I like to open it up. These other four are still for that free bot tournament, so it's coming up. We haven't I don't know if we've picked an exact date, but I think it might be in a week or two. There's going to be a tournament, and it's through Discord, and we'll probably post on Reddit about it too. It's only cards from free bots are allowed, and you have to play a 3-color deck. So it's going to be an interesting building experience, and 4 of these are for that. So I can open one of them, see what I get. White Sun Zenith. So we got trash. Should have just sold it for $250. We should always pretty much just sell these, because obviously it's bad EV to open them. I assume White Sun Zenith's worth nothing. Maybe it's worth a ticket. Probably not though. So this is Black Green Tortured Existence. Pretty sweet deck. If you like to grind, I would definitely recommend it. But as you saw there, we basically just we timed out one person, and we were probably going to time out Janice Stone in the final round too. So you have to play really fast because you have more clicks than your opponent, almost for sure. This brown scale takes a lot of clicks to recycle him. So you have to click more than your opponent, which means you got to play faster than your opponent if you want to time them out. So that's pretty much it for this week. The deck's super fun. The new edition of Thorn of the Black Rose is great for this deck. We didn't really get to see it at all in our matches, but when you play against Stompy and you get the Spore Frogs out, they just cannot beat it. They can't beat 2 cards per turn. They can barely beat Spore Frog by itself every turn, and drawing 2 cards a turn just buries them. So it's pretty awesome. And pick these up while you can. They were a lot cheaper when I got them, and then they went up because it's a sweet card. It's hype. So pick them up if you have the chance and you see them for a good price. They're really fun. If you want to play mono black control, toss these in there. They're sweet in there too. That's all for this week, and I'll see you guys next time.